Well, since we're in Suzumi Village now, may as well see if there's any way to get to the castle town. Honestly, I don't know why I keep this up every time I play after the first couple go-throughs, but in case anyone's new here, I guess.
何をしてるかって見ての通り道を直しとるんじゃ。とは言ってもまだまだかかるがな。もう1ヶ月もこんな具合なんだけどな。
1ヶ月も
And of course, this character is saying that it'll take about a month to clear the landslide to get access to the castle. So, that's quite a wait.
そうじゃよ。もう1ヶ月も道が通れんのじゃ。村祭りまでには直したいんだがの。
And that it should be clear in time for the village festival. I'm always going to say this, but keep that in mind. Because I mentioned this game is terrible at any sense of time scale, but that is a very good point of reference for a sense of time passing. Oh, why doesn't Kururugi just step in to help? It's just one demon, they could surely handle it on their own. They're not confident in their ability, that's the whole point.
NANI?
平気だよ。よかった。それにしてもなんで逃げなかったの？あ、猫。まさかこの猫がいたから？うん。そうなんだ。優しいんだね。そうかな。照れなくてもいいのに、私なら逃げちゃったと思うよ。それにその武器すごいね。これは鎖鎌って言うんだ。へえ、ちょっと見せて。わ、結構重い。うん、これは普通のとはちょっと違うから。違うって何が？それは。あ、ごめん、聞いちゃいけなかったのかな。君はここの人？ううん、3日前にここに来たばかりさ。そう、
猫が。行かなくちゃ。さよなら、またね。
あなた名前は？
琥珀だよ。
サンゴちゃん、こんなところでどうしたの？
花を見ていたの。弟が好きだった花なんだ。
弟さん？そう。
そうか。犬夜叉たちに私の昔の話を聞いたんだね。
うん。
弟は退治屋には向かないくらい優しい子でね。戦うことは好きじゃなかったけど、代わりに動物や花が大好きだった。
そうだったんだ。きっといい弟さんだったんだろうね。
ごめん、私はもう少しここで考え事をしてくから先に行っててくれないか。
あら、どうしたの？なんだか浮かない顔ね。そうかな。サンゴちゃんから弟さんの話を聞いちゃったから。
そう。奈落のやつ、琥珀くんを利用してサンゴちゃんを操ろうとしたのよ。ほんと、奈落って最低なやつ。
そうなんだ。琥珀くんを使って。って今琥珀って言った？
ええ、言ったけど。
そんな、まさかそれじゃ。
急にどうしたの？
偶然じゃないとは思うけど、あの子も琥珀って名前だった。それにサンゴちゃんと同じで鎖鎌を使ってた。直接琥珀くんに聞いてみよう。ごめんね、カゴメちゃん。私しなきゃいけないことができちゃった。すいません。
おいら才能ないのかな。今日も庄屋さん家の前で採れたスズメが1羽きり。これじゃ夕ご飯にもなりゃしない。
すいません、ちょっと聞きたいことが。
あ、うん、なんだい？
ここにいた男の子を知らないですか？琥珀くんって言うんだけど。
猫と遊んでた子かい？それなら さっきこの先に歩いてったよ。
そう、ありがとう。それと街の中にいたら狩りはできないと思うよ。
やっぱりそうなのかな。
あれは琥珀くんと一緒にいた猫。どこへ行くんだろう。あの猫、確かこの辺に入っていったよね。あれ、茂みで見えなかったけど、この先にも道があるんだ。いた、琥珀くんだ。洞窟？どこへ行くんだろう。よし。燃え盛る炎よ、光の刃となれ。やった。どうってことないもん。よし。燃え盛る炎よ、光の刃となれ。やった。まあこんな感じかな。
Let's see. I think that's Kagome and Sango again. No. It can't be Kagome and Sango. Is that Kagome and Miroku? Getting a co-op tech? Huh. Alright then. Sure.
いいもの見つけちゃった。おかしいな。確かこっちへ来たと思ったんだけど。いいもの見つけちゃった。
うっさほいさうっさほいさ。掘っても掘っても金は出んな。
おじさん？うわ、びっくりした。
こんなところに人とは珍しい。ここはオイラしか知らん秘密の抜け道なのに。
抜け道？もしかしてお城へ行ける？
しもた。うっかり話してもうた。
あ、やっぱりそうなんだ。大丈夫だよ。他の人には話さないから。
そうか、よかったわい。ここを知られたら
一攫千金が不意になるからな。
一攫千金か。頑張ってね。あ、そうだ。ねえおじさん、今ここ誰か通らなかった？
いや、誰も通らんよ。
あれ、じゃあ逆の方に行ったんだ。琥珀くん、あなたサンゴっていう名前のお姉さんがいない？
Yeah, okay, that had to have been Kagome getting a co-op tech with Miroku then.
え？
琥珀、その女を捕まえろ。
琥珀くん、どうしたの？琥珀くん、どうしたの？私だよ。わからないの？
やめろ、琥珀。
サンゴちゃん、なぜここに？
まったく役に立たないやつだね。
お前は神楽。
嬉しいね。覚えていてくれたのかい？
一体何の用よ？
私が直接何かをしようってわけじゃないさ。そうだろう、退治屋の娘。卑怯な。これから琥珀がその娘を捕まえるから黙ってそこで見てな。おっと、余計なことをするんじゃないよ。琥珀の命が惜しかったらね。
貴様。
さあ琥珀、ぐずぐずしてないでとっととその娘を捕まえな。
なんてこと。神楽、許さない。
おっと、お前も分かってないね。下手に抵抗すると琥珀の命はないよ。
琥珀、どうしたの？どうしよう。このままじゃ琥珀くんが殺される。なんとかしなくちゃ。でもどうやって？あれはジャモンガ。
And the last time Serpentine Rock comes into play.
式神よ、行け。
Huh. Alright, so she says EK like Mitru does for this scene instead of Onegai, like she does for her attacks. Alright.
燃え盛る炎。我が叫びに姿を変えよ。
どこを狙ってるんだい？あ？そういうことかよ。
But still, the fact Kururugi is able to recognize that it's Serpentine Rock from that distance is impressive.
琥珀。あ、サンゴちゃん、大丈夫？
白は。
ごめん、見失ってしまって。神楽と一緒に行ってしまったみたいだけど。
そう、言ってしまったか。
ごめんね、サンゴちゃん。
私の方こそすまなかった。
だけどサンゴちゃん、なぜここに？
若い漁師に聞いたんだ。琥珀を探していると。
そっか、あの漁師さんに。
一人で行ったと聞いたから、それで。本当にすまなかった。
そんなに謝ることないよ。
琥珀が切りかかった時、何もできなかった。
うんうん、弟なんだもん、当たり前だよ。
でもあんたにもしものことがあったら、私は。
サンゴちゃん、そんなに気にしないで。
だけど、なぜたった一人で来たんだ？
なんで？
琥珀のことはみんなに聞いていたんだろう。だったら琥珀に奈落が関わっていることも知っていたはずだ。なのになぜ一人でこんなところに？
それは。
もう一人でこんなことはしないでくれ。私たち仲間だろ。
サンゴちゃん、ありがとう。私嬉しい。
それじゃ帰ろう。みんなが待ってる。
そうだ、ここに向かう途中でお城への抜け道を見つけたんだよ。早くみんなに教えてあげよう。
退治してやる。
よし。燃え盛る炎に光の刃となれ。
まだまだ来い。くたばりな飛来骨。
Well, now I know which one on her list is the Hereikos.
よし。退治完了。さあ、ぐずぐずしてらんないよ。
見てなさい、返り討ちよ。はい。
Do I have any contacts with Sangha right now? Yes, I do, surprisingly. Okay. know what? Sure. Alright, since I don't know when exactly in this conversation the differences are going to be, I am going to translate this entire conversation.
おめえ、今まで何してたんだよ。
Let's see. In the English version, InuYasha says, "What were you guys doing all this time?" From the screenshot, the translation for InuYasha is apparently, "Hey, what have you been doing up until now?" I mean, similar enough. Let's just grab the text to be sure. From the text, it just comes out as, "What have you been doing all this time?" I mean, it's a decent mix of both the original English and the screenshot translation. Or official English, I guess.
いきなりいなくなるから心配していたんじゃ。
Let's see here. From Shippo, in the English version, he says, "You disappeared so suddenly. We were worried." From the screenshot, the translation for Shippo comes out as, "I was worried because you suddenly disappeared." I mean, that could also be reworded to, "We were worried because you suddenly disappeared." So, I don't see any of the characters that would indicate Shippo referring to himself. The text translation is the same as the screenshot results, so, whatever. I still think it could be, "We were worried because you disappeared so suddenly," or whatever.
何しろ探しに行ったサンゴまで戻ってきませんでしたからね。
In the English version, Shippo says, "Even Songo, who went to look for you, didn't come back." The translation off the screenshot's a little weird, though. Apparently having Miroku say, after all, the coral we went looking for never came back. I mean, coral would be translated to... Sorry, should be Sango, but... I guess till... let's see, off the screenshot. Yeah, the text translation results a little weird too. Having Miroku apparently say, after all, the coral I went looking for never came back. I think, as far as the rewording the translation goes, it should probably be, after all, even Sango who went looking for you never came back. That would probably be the better wording from the translation results.
でもとりあえず無事みたいでよかったわ。
Let's see. From Kagome, in the English version, she says, "Anyway, we're glad you're safe." From the screenshot translation, Kagome says, "But I'm glad you seem to be safe for now." Let's grab the text. The text translation result is shorter, but still similar, with Kagome apparently saying, "But at least you seem to be safe." I mean, if you want to go with the... Well, no, because Kagome's not saying any... There's no indication in Kagome's dialogue that suggests she's referring to herself either, much like with Shippo's. So, the screenshot translation saying, "But I'm glad that you seem to be safe for now," wouldn't really work. So I do think the text translation of, "But at least you seem to be safe," would be better. And then you could also just add the "for now" at the end. Though, if going to line up with the English versions, "Anyway, we're glad you're safe," then having going with the translation of, "But at least you seem to be safe," is perfectly fine.
ごめんなさい。
I don't even need to translate that. That's just Kururugi apologizing. I think this is where the difference between Kaname and Michiru is. Let's see. In the English version, after Kaname apologizes, right? Just grab the text. Because it does continue. The text copy did not grab that, so one moment. I actually need to... look up the characters for that. What the hell is that? I don't think either of them are here, so what the heck? Unless that's Hiragana. Okay, one moment. Yeah, that looks right. There's the other part. I think I found it. Yeah, that looks about right. There we go. Okay. Right 90. There. Okay.
何やら嬉しそうですな。いいことでもありましたか？
Alright. So in the English version, Miroku says, you look happy. Did something good happen? From the screenshot translation, Miroku says, she seems happy about something. Did anything good happen? I think that should be you seem happy, but let's see. Yeah, that's what the text translation comes out to. You seem happy about something. Did something good happen? Okay, I guess this isn't what the Kaname Mitra difference is yet. Harder to tell in Japanese. In the English version, Kaname says, not exactly. From the screenshot translation, she apparently says, that's not the case, though. Let's see what the text says. From the text translation, it apparently comes out to, that's not what I meant. I think, like, the translation result definitely needs to be reworded. I actually don't think I'd be against the English versions, not exactly, since it still matches the context. Otherwise, for rewording the translation result, I'd probably go with, that's not exactly the case. I don't know. That's just the best I can do.
教えてくれてもいいじゃないですか。私とあなたの仲なんですから。
Let's see. In the English version, Miroku says, why don't you tell me? We don't have any secrets between us. And there's the gender difference between Mitra and Kaname kicking in. From the screenshot translation, Miroku is saying, "You can tell me, after all. You and I are close friends." Let's see what the text comes out with. The text result is a bit shorter. It's pretty much the same, but instead of "you and I are close friends," it's just "you and I are close." Although the punctuation I do think I'd change a little. To instead of "you can tell me, after all," it would be "you can tell me, after all, you and I are close friends." Or, "You can tell me, you and I are close friends after all." Yeah, here we go.
いい加減にしないとサンゴちゃんが怒るわよ。
Kagome just being so deadpan here. Just being like, "We know what you're doing. Stop it." In the English version, Miroku says, Sango says, "Bah! Kagome says, Miroku, behave yourself or Sango will be offended." From the screenshot translation, though, Kagome instead says, "Miroku-sama, if you don't stop, Sango will get angry." Let's see, from the text translation, same thing, it just changes Sango will get angry to Sango will get mad. Either of those could work. There is definitely a different delivery between the English and Japanese version. As mentioned in Japanese, Kagome just kind of gives a deadpan, like, as a warning. But in the English version, it does come off more as she's chiding him a little, to be like, "If you do this, like, you better stop or else." Whereas Japanese is like, "Miroku, if you keep this up, you're gonna be in trouble."
私は怒るも何も。
Let's see, in the English version, Sango says, "I don't get offended." From the screenshot translation, though, Sango apparently says, "Oh, I'm not angry or anything." Let's grab the text. Which came out as gibberish. Got it. I don't think I'd have it be, "Oh, I'm not angry or anything." Like, just given how it started, the way she was saying it, I think it would be, "I'm not angry or anything." Like, she's trying to brush it off. Act like she's not angry with Miroku.
もちろんサンゴのことも心配しましたよ。
In the English version, Miroku says, "Of course, I was worried about Sango too." From the screenshot translation, Miroku says, "Of course, I was also worried about Sango." Let's see from the text. Yeah, same thing. "Of course, I was also worried about Sango."
講師様、本当に。
There we go. Sango's starting to get a bit hopeful. In the English version, she asks, "Were you really, Miroku?" From the screenshot translation result, Songo says, "Really, monk?" Let's see. Yeah, no, same thing.
Honto desu to mo.
In the English version, Miroku responds with, "Yes, I was." From the screenshot translation, Miroku apparently says, "It's true." From the text, it also comes out as, "That's true." I actually think I'd reword the translation result to be, "Of course I was." It would line up a little bit with the English version's "Yes, I was," but would also still fit with Miroku.
サンゴ、何赤くなっとるんじゃ?
In the English version, Shippo asks, "Why are you blushing, Songo?" From the screenshot translation result, Shippo's apparently asking, "Why is Songo's face red?" Hang on, I'm just gonna... Let's see what happens if I take Songo's name out of the equation here. What does the rest of the text say? Why is it red? Hey, okay, so... Yeah, I guess the translation result would be... Why is Songo's face red? Or I guess it could be, "Songo, why is your face red?"
Ah, もしかしてサンゴちゃんは弥勒様のことが好きなの?
And in the English version, Kaname's inner thoughts are, "I wonder if Songo likes Miroku?" From the screenshot translation, though, Kaname's inner thoughts are, "Oh, maybe Songo likes Miroku?" I do think I could see it be reworded to, "Oh, could it be Songo? Could it be that Songo likes Miroku?" Yeah, the text translation result comes out pretty much the same as the screenshot translation. Yeah, this is another part. Like, just considering they did translate this for the English version of the game, but they cut out the the part of the conversation where Kururugi questions or asks if InuYasha is Kagome's boyfriend. Makes it a little weird. Although, I guess to be fair, this specific bit of conversation is only if you're playing as Kaname, so I guess if it's missing from Mitru's, it would be weird to just have Mitru point out InuYasha and Kagome in a relationship. And yet, when I did the Mitru playthrough of Kagome's romance routes, like, it was fine, even though, I mean, technically in Mitru's version, he does kind of get to the conclusion that Sango and Miroku might have a thing. Although, definitely not as direct as Kaname is here. Thinking like, oh, could it be that Sango has a thing for Miroku? And of course, Miroku's gonna Miroku.
講師様、このお尻を撫で回す手は何ですか?
In the English version, Sango asks Miroku, "Why are you touching me?" The translation of the screenshot is very much more direct, with Sango saying, "Monk, why are those hands stroking my buttocks?" So I do think for the English version, I probably would have instead had Sango say, "Miroku, where do you think you're touching me?" But let's check the text from the Japanese version real quick. Okay, the text translation actually isn't too bad either, with Sango saying, "Monk, what's with that hand caressing my butt?" Yeah, that would be honestly a bit more in line. Though again, if the English version did want to censor its, if the localizers did want to censor the English version a little, they could have gone with, "Miroku, where do you think you're touching me?" Even though it shows that he's grabbing her butt, and they have a co-op tech where he's stroking her butt. It would still work better than, "Miroku, why are you touching me?" That's not even a laugh of embarrassment. Miroku is laughing knowing full well what he's doing. In the English version, though, he is kind of giving an embarrassed laugh, as if he's embarrassed that he got caught.
あの二人はなんでいつもこうなんじゃ?
Because Japanese version, like you could hear, he was very much doing a full laugh. In the English version, he instead laughs like, in the English version, Shippo's reaction is, "Why are they always like that?" Let's see. From the screenshot, the translation for Shippo comes out as, "Why are those two always like this?" Well, the text result comes out like that too. Otherwise, like another possibility, just considering the Japanese text doesn't have a question mark in it, and I don't think Shippo was forming it as was saying it as a question. It could be reworded as, "Those two are always like this."
またサンゴの機嫌が悪くなるじゃねえか。
In the English version, InuYasha says, "Sango's gonna get into a bad mood again." From the screenshot translation, InuYasha says, Sango's mood's gonna get worse again. Let's see. From the text translation result, InuYasha instead is saying, Sango's mood's getting worse again. Yeah, alright.
そっか、ずっとムスッとしてたのも弥勒様が私にベタベタしてたせいなんだね。
In the English version, Kaname's inner thoughts are, I see, Sango is treating me like that because Miroku is giving me so much attention. Oh, jeez. The screenshot translation result is a little messy. I don't think I can do anything with that, so let's just grab the text. Okay. Although there is another part to this. So far, the text translation results for Kaname's inner thoughts are, I see. The reason she was sulking all this time was because Miroku-sama was clinging to me.
嫌われてるわけじゃなかったんだ。
In the English version, Kaname's inner thoughts continue with, it's not because she doesn't like me. From the screenshot translation result, it has Kaname's thoughts conclude with, it's not that I was disliked. I think I would change disliked to hated. Let's see what happens when I add it. There, oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, the full text result is actually really solid. The full translation of both halves of Kaname's inner thoughts from the text result is, I see. The reason she was sulking all this time was because Miroku-sama was clingy towards me. It wasn't that she hated me.
どうかしたの?
Whereas with Michiru's result, while he doesn't exactly come to the same conclusion that Sango might like Miroku, he still grabs her butt and she just goes, wait a minute, and then just slaps him when he does that. And then Michiru's like, oh, it's not that Sango hated me, she was angry with Miroku. In the English version, Kagami asks, is something wrong? From the screenshot translation, she asks, what's wrong? From the text result, yeah, same thing. Being, what's wrong? And in the English version, Kaname just responds with, no, it's nothing. The translation results for from both the screenshot and just the text have the same translation of, no, it's nothing, but considering that it started with the sound effect of, like, shaking her head as a way of saying no, like, she wasn't saying no, but Yeah, she says, it's nothing. And now I don't need to translate anything else here because it lines back up with the same dialogue Michiru has.
あ、そうだ。お城への抜け道見つけたよ。
Talking about the path to get to the castle town.
おい、本当かよ。
うん。村の外れにある洞窟から行けるみたいなんだ。
なんだか知らねえけど、やけに張り切ってるじゃねえか。
そう見える？だって今日は嬉しいことがあったから。
皆さん、お布団の用意もできておりますが、お泊まりにはなりませんか？
And then the first point in the game where you're asked if you want to rest. Just double checking which one I'm gonna take.
ありがとうございます、おじさん。それじゃあおやすみなさい。
どうですか、InuYasha様。今日は一日休みということになさってはいかがでしょうか。
それもいいの。オラは賛成じゃ。
今日は誰と一緒に過ごしたい？
And I think that's a good spot for us to take a quick break. And we're back. Now, let's spend some more time with Miroku.
お付き合いいたしましょう。
そんじゃ、俺は修行に励むとすっか。
私も付き合うよ。
じゃあ私は買い物に行こうかな。いいの。オラも付き合うぞ。
それでは参りましょうか。
Now, this was the one where, in the English version, Kaname very clearly has fallen for Miroku. So I'm curious what the extent is in the Japanese version. Let's find out together, shall we?
Miroku様、今日はどうするんですか？
Alright, let's see. This. Here. In the English version, Kaname asks, Miroku, what are you going to do today? From the screenshot translation, Kaname asks, Miroku-sama, what are you doing today? So, not much different. Let's just grab the text to be sure. Alright, from the text translation, Kaname is asking, Miroku-sama, what are you planning to do today?
私は村の皆さんに何かお困りのことがないか、ちょっと様子を見に行こうかと。
This is a two-parter. In the English version, Miroku starts with, I'm going to go check on the village people and see if anyone needs help. Because story-wise, this one is supposed to be a direct continuation of the one that happened prior. From the screenshot translation, Miroku is saying, I thought I'd go and see if the villagers were having any trouble. Let's just grab the text. Let's see. From just a text, Miroku says, I thought I'd go and see if the villagers were having any trouble. Same thing. So let's see what the second half has.
ご一緒にいかがですか?
Not much, but still gotta translate it. In the English version, Miroku says... Oh. Get the head too far. There you go. In the English version, Miroku asks, would you like to come? From the screenshot translation, Miroku asks, would you like to join us? I think that's supposed to be, would you like to join me? Unless he's using, like, the royal us. Let's see. There we go. Putting both halves together, Miroku's dialogue comes out as, I thought I'd go and see if the villagers are having any trouble. Would you like to come with me? Yep, that sounds right.
弥勒様、お休みの日にまでお供します。
Let's see. In the English version, Kaname says, you're gonna do that on your day off? I'll go with you. Huh. Interesting. From the screenshot translation result, Kaname apparently says, Miroku-sama, I will accompany you even on your days off. I don't know, it is missing the ellipses, so let's see what happens if I throw it into the text translation. The text translation result from Kaname comes out as, Miroku-sama, I'll be with you on your I'll be with you until your day off. I don't know, neither of those really sound right. Like, just to take that ellipse into account, I think I'd probably change it to Miroku-sama, even though it's your day off. Like, she's surprised that he's going to go about and do his work as a monk on the day that he's supposed to have off. And then say with, I'll accompany you. Or, I'll go with you.
そうと決まれば、早速参りましょう。
In the English version, Miroku says, if that's what you've decided, let's go. From the screenshot translation result, Miroku says, if that's the case, let's get started right away. Alright, let's see what the text has. Not too sure about the text translation result. It apparently has Miroku saying, once that's decided, let's go right away. I actually think I'd go with, like, between the two, I'd go with the screenshot translation result of, if that's the case, let's get started right away.
そういえば、お腹が空いてきませんか？
Let's see. In the English version here, Miroku says, "Actually, are you hungry?" From the screenshot translation result, Miroku instead says, "By the way, aren't you feeling hungry?" I think I reworded to, "By the way, are you feeling hungry?" Let's see what the text has. The text translation result has Miroku saying, "Speaking of which, aren't you feeling hungry?" I'm not sure I'd go with "speaking of which" as the start there, because that implies that there was a conversation prior. Hell, even the English version, having Miroku start with "actually," could suggest that too. So I do think I'd rather go with the screenshot translation result of "by the way, aren't you feeling hungry?" because that can give the idea that the thought just crossed Miroku's head. But then, of course, change the "aren't you feeling hungry" to "are you feeling hungry?"
Eh, そういえば少し。
In the English version, Kaname responds with, now that you mention it, I am a little." From the screenshot translation result, Kaname's response is, yeah, that reminds me, a little." The text translation result is the same. I think I'd lean a little closer to what the English version has, but reword it to probably something along the lines of, yeah, a little bit, now that you mention it.
わかりました。では、すみません。少し目をつぶっていただけますか？
In the English version, Miroku says, "Okay, then, could you close your eyes for a minute?" From the screenshot translation result, Miroku says, "Okay, then, excuse me, could you please close your eyes for a moment?" From the text translation results, the text translation result is the same. One moment here. Honestly, both translation results and the English version aren't too bad. Something that I would possibly reword from the translation result is, instead of "excuse me," is probably pardon me or forgive me. Like, he's basically saying, sorry to ask this of you, but could you do this? Could you do this thing? But otherwise, yeah, no, the translation results are fine, and the English version is honestly pretty alright.
はい。こうですか?
Let's see here. In the English version, Kaname responds with, yes, like this. From the screenshot translation, Kaname responds with, yes, is this so? Not sure I like that one all that much, so let's check the text. From the text translation result, not too big on the text result either. It still has the yes to start, but then has Kaname ask, is it like this? So honestly, I do think the English version was perfectly fine here.
そのまま右を向いて前に進んで
In the English version, Miroku says, just like that. Now, turn right and go straight. From the screenshot translation result, Miroku responds with, yes, just keep going. Turn right and move forward. I do think instead of just keep going, I do think just like that is fine. And instead of turn right and move forward. Actually, no, turn right and move forward is... It's fine. The text translation result came out the same as the screenshot result, so... yeah, I think, as far as rewording the translation result, I'd probably have it as, yes, just like that. Turn right and move forward. I don't need to translate that. That's just kind of saying yes, but I think that you could also go with right or okay. Let's just check what she said in the English version. Yeah, English version just had her say okay.
そこで止まってぐるぐる回る
Okay, I think this is definitely going to be different from the English version. Because in the English version, Miroku says, stop there and turn around. But the way he says it in the English version sounds like he's trying to quickly stop her. Whereas here in the Japanese version, he's definitely much more calm about it, about what he's saying. From the... Oh yeah, here we go. From the screenshot translation result, Miroku says, stop there and spin around. Why they instead have the English version say, turn around, because all that could imply is just turn. But here, Miroku is specifically saying spin, which makes more sense. The text translation result also comes out as stop there and spin around. And now it makes more sense.
こうですか？なんか目が回って。
Because again, the English version only says to stop there and turn around. So then it makes no sense for her to just start spinning in place. In the Japanese version, Miroku does straight up tell her to spin around. In the English version, Kaname responds with, like this? Oh, I'm getting dizzy. From the screenshot translation result, Kaname says, is this so? I feel dizzy. I think instead of, is this so, probably have it be, like this? What? From the text translation result, Kaname asks, is it like this? Oh, I feel dizzy. Yeah, alright.
おお、どうなされました？
In the English version, the old man asks, oh, what happened? Oh, well, that's interesting. In the English version, they just have the old man's name as Mata. But apparently, from the translator, his name is Matayoshi. Alright. Anyway, from the screenshot translation, the old man Matayoshi asks, oh, what happened? Let's see. From the text results, it actually just comes out the same as what the English version has with, oh, what happened? I mean, if you want to exaggerate it a little, you could probably have it as, oh dear, what happened? Or, oh goodness, what happened? And it would still work. Let's see. In the English version, Kaname responds with, oh, nothing. From the screenshot translation results, Kaname responds with, no, let's grab the text. Alright, the text translation result instead has, no, well,
Oh, こちらのご主人ですか?
Let's see. In the English version, Miroku says, are you the man of the house here? Translator, what? According to the screenshot translation result, Miroku is asking, "Oh, is that your husband here?" The text translation result is not all that different with, "Oh, is this your husband?" Given the context, I do think the English version was a bit more on point with, "Are you the man of the house here?" Although all things considered, I do think it could also be reworded to, "Oh, are you the lord of the house here?" As, like, the one in charge. So either the English versions, "Oh, are you the man of the house here?" or "Are you the lord of the house?"
これは奉仕様。確かに私がここの主人ですが。
Let's see. In the English version, Matayoshi says, "A monk, I see. Yes, I am the man of the house." From the screenshot translation, Matayoshi says, "Oh, dear priest. Hey, of course, I'm the owner here." Yeah, that definitely needs some work. So let's throw that in the text translator and see what that comes out as. Okay. From the text translation, Matayoshi is saying, "Oh, my dear priest. Oh, really? I'm the owner of this place." Let's see. How would I work on this? I think I'd reword it to, "Oh my, a monk. I see. Yes, I am the, of course, I'm the owner here." In that case, Miroku's asking if he was the lord of the house, like if he was, treated to, like, "Are you the owner of this house?" Let's see.
ご主人、実はお宅から強い邪気が出ておりまして。
Almost sounds like he's whispering. Let's see. In the English version, Miroku says, "The thing is, there was a very strong demon aura coming from your house." From the screenshot translation, Miroku says, "Master, the truth is that there is a strong evil spirit emanating from your house." I mean, considering he starts with Goshujin, like, yeah, calling him master makes sense because, I mean, that is pretty much what it means, but also, yeah, he is the master of the house, so. The text translation result comes out the same.
まさか。
In the English version, the old man responds with, "What? It can't be." From the screenshot translation, Matayoshi responds with, "Huh? No way!" I think, given the question mark, you could change the "no way" to, could it be? Whatever.
間違いございません。この通り、私の弟子が邪気に当てられフラフラに。
Let's see. In the English version, Miroku responds with, "There's no mistake. My disciple here was attacked by it and started spinning." From the screenshot translation result, Miroku says, "There is no mistake. As you can see, my disciple has been affected by evil spirits and is dizzy." Alright. I mean, considering he didn't say guru guru for spinning, the English version suddenly having spinning doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But considering in the English version, Miroku didn't tell Kururugi to start spinning, and instead just to turn around, I guess had to explain that away somehow. The text translation result isn't too different, but instead it has Miroku say, "There's no mistake. As you can see, my disciple has been affected by evil, and is now dizzy." How many evil spirits did he say the house has? 1. Okay. He says, "an evil spirit." So I think, for just to fix up the translation result a little bit, it should be, "My disciple has been affected by the evil spirit and is dizzy." Or, "and is now dizzy." I don't think this needs a translation. This is just Kururugi being incredibly confused. In the English version, Kururugi just responds with, "Huh?" I do feel, in this case, for a translation, it could be like, "Huh? What?" Let's see.
急いでお祓いをせねば、皆さんに良くないことが起こりましょう。
In the English version, Miroku says, "If I don't do an exorcism, something bad will happen." From the screenshot translation, Miroku says, "If you don't perform a purification quickly, something bad will happen to you all." Okay. Let's check the text. I don't think I trust the text translation result because it does come out a little weird. It apparently has Miroku say, "I must be happy to perform this purification ritual. Otherwise, I will prioritize not doing anyone any harm." I actually think I'd go with the screenshot translation result over the text translation. The English version, honestly, isn't too different, but I do think they could have done a little more and instead had Miroku say, if I don't do an exorcism soon, something bad will happen.
それはいかん。奉仕様、何とぞよしなに。
Let's see. In the English version, Matayoshi says, I can't let that happen. What can I do? From the screenshot, the translation for Matayoshi comes out as, that's not good. Master Monk, please, please be careful. Let's see. The text translation result's not that good either, really. According to the translation, Matayoshi is saying, that's not good. Master Monk, please, please. I'm gonna do something real quick. That one, okay. Nani Toza is please. Is the other one also please? Because if not, I could probably swap that around. Oh no, Yoshinari does come out as please be careful. So, yeah. The result being, that's not good. Master Monk, please, please be careful. I guess works perfectly fine.
わかりました。早速。
Although, like, considering the old man didn't say Tasukete, I'd be hesitant to go with the result of please, please help me. But considering Miroku's being pretty convincing about an evil spirit haunting the old man's home and possibly doing something if it isn't purified, I do think the old man could say, please, please help me. In the... hold on, I just want to make sure I'm not skipping anything by accident. In the English version, Miroku responds with, leave it to me. From the screenshot translation, Miroku says, okay, let's get started. Let's grab the text. And yeah, same thing. But,
では、お清めの塩と金子を。
Let's see. This is where things get a little weird with the English version. Because in the English version, Miroku says, I need purifying salt and kaneko. They specifically use the Japanese word kaneko in the English version, and I don't know why. From the screenshot translation, Miroku says, now, please bring some purifying salt and gold. So I don't get why the English version didn't have Miroku say gold instead of kaneko. And the text translation result also comes out with Miroku saying, "Now, please bring me the purification salt and gold." I do think I'd go with the screenshot translation result overhead just because it's bring some purifying salt and gold instead of the purification salt and gold, but nitpicky. Yeah, no, the English version, again, having Miroku say Kaneko instead of gold is really weird and shows a lot of inconsistency with the localization of this game, because again, they with the first day off event with Kagome, in the English version, they straight up have Kururugi say bento box for both Michiru and Kaname. And then they just kind of stopped doing that. At points where it's like, why not just say, like, again, with the manga versus comic book thing, which would have been the day off event with Kagome when you first arrive in Suzumi Village. The English version has Michiru and I think Kaname as well say, "Here's the comic book I borrowed," but in Japanese they say manga. So it's like, why not just call it manga? You used bento box already and now Kaneko. What the hell?
金子ってお金のことですか?
Let's see. In the English version, Old Man Manayoshi asks Kaneko, "Do you mean money?" From the screenshot translation, he instead asks, "Who is Kaneko? Are you talking about money?" That definitely needs some touching up, but again, Kaneko means gold, so the text translation result actually does come out the same as what the English version has, which is Kaneko. Do you mean money? But again, since the translation from Miroku has Kaneko as gold, I do think the translation here would be gold. Do you mean money? Actually, no, what? Let me just check something. Eh? Putting just Kaneko on the Japanese side of the translator has it come out in English as Kaneko. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Let's... Huh. The hell? Eh? Okay, I think I found the closest equivalent, like, jeez. Apparently Kaneko is a potential family name in Japan. That means golden or metal child. So I think the Kaneko in this case is supposed to be, like, some gold or metal. Yeah, this is... I guess the English version just really couldn't figure out what the hell Kaneko should mean. Except when I put in Miroku's phrase that, Miroku's dialogue that mentioned Kaneko, it came out as gold, so... Yeah, I don't know! Whatever.
そうです。金子に吸い寄せた邪気を私どもがお祓いし浄化するのです。
Let's see. In the English version, Miroku responds with, "Yes, the demon aura will be sucked into the money. I will then exorcise it and it will be purified." From the screenshot translation result... There it is again! For the screenshot translation result, Miroku is saying, "That's right, we will exorcise and purify the evil spirits that have been drawn to the gold." So Kaneko is supposed to mean gold, apparently. Okay. So why was the translator having such difficulty trying to translate what Kaneko is? When it does it just fine here. From the text translation result, Miroku says, "That's right, we will exorcise and purify the evil spirits that have been drawn to the gold." Now I'm curious if it's supposed to be one evil spirit or multiple, because now it's changed to plural. But whatever. Continue, Miroku, because you have a second part in this.
さあさあ、急いで支度を。用意できるまで、私が家の中で邪気を抑えておきましょう。
Let's see. In the English version, Miroku continues with, Now, get ready, quickly. I will stay in the house and restrain the demonic aura until you've made the preparation." From the screenshot translation, Miroku continues with, "Well, I want to hurry up. I'll keep the evil spirits in check in the house until it's ready." I feel like instead of the "I want to hurry up," it probably should be "let's do this quickly." Let's see. Why the hell is it translating that as "be happy"? And the text translator changed gold back to Kaneko. God damn it. So from... I have to go into the full text translation result from both halves. From the text translation, in full, Miroku saying, "That's right, we will exorcise and purify the evil spirits that have been drawn to the Kaneko. Please be happy. Until it's ready, I will suppress the evil spirits inside." I do think it should be reworded to, "That's right, I will exorcise and purify the evil spirits that have been drawn to the gold." Or money, whatever. But instead of the "please be happy," because that just feels incredibly weird, change that to, "Now hurry and get ready." Or it could be, "Now hurry and prepare. Until it's ready, I will suppress the evil spirits inside." Or, actually, no, I'll change that part. I'll keep the screenshot versions of that, "I'll keep the spirits in check in the house until it's ready." I honestly did not expect that translating this one day off event would take me a full hour. But then that's also been the case when I did Kagome's route, so I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. In the English version, Mariyoshi says, I understand. I will go prepare everything right away. Please wait here. From the screenshot translation, Mariyoshi says, oh, I understand. I will prepare it right away. Please wait here until then. From the text translation, Mariyoshi says, I understand. I'll prepare it right away. Please wait here until then.
Miroku-sama.
And now we start getting a little cheeky. Also, I do like how in Japanese, they're having Kaname and Miroku whisper to each other here. Or at least Kaname is. In the English version, Kaname doesn't whisper, which makes it a little weird. But they do have Miroku whisper, they do have Kirby Moro whisper for Miroku a little bit. So at times it does definitely feel like Kirby Moro understood the assignment. In the English version, Kaname says, excuse me, Miroku. From the screenshot translation, Kaname says, Miroku-sama. From the text translation result, okay, the result doesn't fit how she was speaking, but okay. From the text translation, Kaname is saying, oh, that Miroku. But I definitely feel like it's supposed to be, Miroku. But from the Japanese text, it ends with Miroku-sa, followed by the ellipses. So that means that she's about to say Miroku-sama, and then he cuts her off. Oh yeah, there's a good whisper. But yeah, like he's definitely cutting her off, which the English version did not get. Let's see. In the English version, Miroku says, "Shh, it went well." Which is also what the screenshot result comes out with. Alright. I feel like the text result's gonna be the same. Nope. Text result is slightly different with, shh, it worked. I don't know, I could actually go with either result. The it went well or it worked. Both of them actually work fine.
すごくいたずらっぽくて可愛い表情。
I beg your pardon? I heard that. Hold up. In the English version, Kaname's inner thoughts are, oh, he looks so cute with that naughty expression. From the screenshot translation result, Kaname's inner thoughts are, what a mischievous and cute expression. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, this is gonna be real fun. From the text translation results so far, Kaname's inner thoughts are, such a mischievous and cute expression. I'm just gonna... I just need to... say something real quick. And part 2!
で、こんな時に何考えてるんだろう、私。
Oh, we getting some good stuff here. I know some Miroku fans who are going to absolutely love this. In the English version, Kaname's thoughts continue with, "What am I thinking?" From the screenshot translation, Kaname's inner thoughts continue with, "I wonder what I'm thinking at a time like this." One moment. And grab the text. And add it to the end. With both halves. Kaname's inner thoughts are, "Oh, what a mischievous and cute expression. I wonder what I'm thinking at a time like this." Alright. Alright.
うまく合わせるのですよ。
In the English version, Miroku says, "Play along." From the screenshot translation, Miroku is apparently saying, "Just make sure it fits together properly." Not too sure about the wording on that. The text translation result is the same. I do think that the meaning is supposed to essentially be the same as the English version's "play along." So I think for rewording, I think it should be something like, "Just make sure to follow along," or "Just make sure to follow my lead." Either of those I think would work well. I don't need to throw that in the translator. That's just Kaname saying, "Yes." In the English version, she responds with, "Okay." Either of those, or even, "Alright," would honestly work fine. Oh, I heard that sigh! I heard that sigh! Oh, this is gonna be fun! In the English version, Kaname's inner thoughts are, "I can't say no to a smile like that." From the screenshot translation, Kaname's inner thoughts are, "I couldn't refuse when asked with that smile." So I wonder if her sigh is because she's upset at herself that she couldn't refuse, or it could be that she's like, "I'm just so drawn to that smile." Let's see, from the text result, I can really ask for that smile. The text result isn't too different. It comes out with, "I couldn't refuse when he asked me with that smile." Honestly, yeah, okay. Kaname is kinda down for him. Oh. InuYasha and Songo, alright. Oh, I know this one.
何やってんだ?
犬夜叉か。平井骨の修行さ。腕がなまらないようにね。
なんだ？こりゃまた情けない妖怪の登場だな。
あっちへ行け。
危なかった。
危なかった？どこが？あれ式の妖怪どうってことねえのに。あ？鳥の巣。なるほど、そういうわけか。
もうご出発なさるのですか。
ありがとうおじさん。
それではお気をつけて。
And I think with that, we're gonna go. That took a while to load up. We're gonna go for another quick break. And we're back. Just for the hell of it. I'm surprised I did not get an encounter in there.
Iいもの見つけちゃった。
I probably should get into a fight to see if I get,
いいもの見つけちゃった。
the co-op tech with Miroku. Actually, hell, for all I know, that one co-op tech I learned while in the cave wasn't for Kagome and Miroku. It was probably Kaname and Miroku, and I just misread the name! I mean, because Kaname and Kagome in Japanese are written the exact same except for their middle character. So it would not surprise me. No, I already have all of them with Miroku. What the fuck? Unless it was the last one that I got with them. Like, okay. Huh. Alright then. I'm not gonna question it, I guess. I'll just fucking roll with it. then again, the last contact Miroku has with anybody is just a wind tunnel variant, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't even do damage. But I still may as well show off the animation anyway.
InuYasha、何してる？何のこれ式？
来い。行くよ、平井君。よし。
Sango clearing up InuYasha's messes.
一丁上がり。大したことなかったね。
敵は気づいておらんようじゃ。はい。やってみる。乱れ打ち。やった。来い。行くよ、平井君。よし。おし。往生しやがれ。鬼神決闘。うん。行きますよ。くらえ。よし。
成敗いたしましたな。
いいもの見つけちゃった。
That is still a really good scream that unfortunately the English version dropped the ball on. The only actually good scream from the English version comes from Kagome, because Monika's story understands the assignment.
ん？裏若き乙女たちの声。しかもこれは美しい女性のものです。
声だけでよくわかるね。
間違いありません。急ぎましょう。
相手が女子となると途端に反応が早いの。
どっちにしても妖怪がいるんなら叩き切ってやらねえとな。おいみんな行くぜ。
旅のお方、お願いです。お助けを。
もちろんです。私が来たからにはもう大丈夫。ご安心ください。
本当に綺麗な女の人だ。弥勒様すごい。
バカなことに感心してないで行くよ。
よし。
イヌヤシャ。
行くぞカメ。やってみる。
やるじゃねえかカゴメ。
犬夜叉もね。
話が違う。
しつけんだよ。
ありがとうございました。おかげさまで助かりました。
何、造作もないことです。
助けていただかなかったらどうなっていたことかねえ。そうですとも。
私が来たからにはもう安心ですよ。
まあ頼もしい。それによく見ると奉仕様なんていい男。
あんな雑魚妖怪ごときに怪我をする私ではありません。
もう奉仕様ったら何鼻の下伸ばしてるんだか。
どっちにしてももう妖怪はいねえみてえだし、とっとと行こうぜ。
そうね。お城まではまだだいぶあるみたいだし、急がないと。
お待ちください。お礼と言っては失礼かもしれませんが、よろしければ屋敷の方へ。
それはありがたい。喜んで参りましょう。
おい弥勒、なんでわざわざ女どもの屋敷へなんぞ行かなきゃならねえんだよ。
そうだよ、道草食ってる場合じゃないよ。
もちろん美味しい食事も担当用意いたしますゆえ。
飯か。そういえば腹も減ったな。
もちろんですわ。お肉にお魚、山菜もどっさり。この辺りは妖怪も多いですし、皆様に来ていただけるならお食事くらいいくらでも。
この辺は物騒みてえだしな。
そうね。お屋敷まで送っていった方がいいんじゃないかしら。
確かにここで別れると心配だけど。
それもそうだね。
まああれだ、わざわざ誘ってくれてるんだし、断るわけにもいかねえよな。
妖怪が出ようとも私がいればもう安心です。ささ参りましょ
う。弥勒様、こういうことになるとほんと反応早いよね。
Hold on, I need to check that one. Where the hell was the English version of this? Okay, never mind. No difference. You guys make sure it has the same thing. Alright.
それにしてもすごい食べ物。こんなには食べきれないわ。
There's only one gender difference here between Mitra and Kaname.
私も。
なんとお美しい人だ。
まあ、弥勒様ったらお口がお上手。
私は世辞など申しません。
本当ですか？
本当ですとも。
弥勒のやつほんとよくやるよな。
ほんとだね。
奉仕様なんて。
サンゴちゃん、お箸折れてるよ。で、サンゴちゃん怒ってる。
弥勒様があんなだからね。
それにしてもいい夜ですな。
ええ、外へ参りませんか、奉仕様。
参りましょう、参りましょう。
行っちゃった。
ああいうのを女たらしというのかの。
ねえサンゴちゃん、ほっといていいの？
私には何も関係ないさ。
全然関係ないように見えんのはオラだけじゃろうか。
奉仕様なんて、奉仕様なんて。
サンゴちゃんも苦労するね。弥勒様ったら本当女の人が好きだから。でも弥勒様はなぜ苦しい旅をしてまで奈落を追ってるの？女の人のお尻を追ってるのならわかるんだけど。弥勒様を見てると世界を救うためって感じでもないよね。
そうか、まだ風穴のことを話してなかったわね。
風穴のことって弥勒様のあの技のこと？
うん。でも正確にはあれは技じゃないのよ。弥勒様の右手の風穴は奈落の呪いでできたものなの。
そうなんだ。かわいそう。あれ？でも奈落はなんで風穴を？見てるとすごく便利じゃない。
あれはそんな生優しいもんじゃねえんだよ。
ええ、風穴は時間とともに大きくなっていって、最後には弥勒様自身も飲み込んでしまうって。
それって弥勒様が死んじゃうってこと？ そうなの。弥勒様にそんなことがあったなんて。
もうすぐじゃぞ。おお、そうじゃ、もうすぐじゃ。わしはあの髪の短い方にするぞ。わしはおさげの方じゃ。
一体何の話なんだろう。壁に何か書いてある。なんて書いてあるんだろう。ねえ、ここやっぱり何か変だよ。あっちの隅の壁に変なことが書いてあるの。
変なことってなんじゃ。誰かの悪口でも書いてあるのか。
そうじゃないけど、ちょっと不気味な感じが。
だらしねえな。何ビビってんだよ。おい、確かに怪しいぜ。これ人間の血だ。
血って一体何があったのかしら。
わからないけど、この屋敷絶対何かあるよ。
なんだか法師様のことが気になってきた。
そうだね。みんなで様子を見に行こうよ。
どこへ行かれるのです？まだ宴の途中ですよ。
ちょっとお手洗いに。
そうなんです。急に行きたくなっちゃって。
それは宴の後に。
お手洗いも後だって言うの？
ええ、とにかくお部屋にお戻りください。
ね、やっぱりおかしいよね。
うん。どうやら気づかれたね。
気づかれた。気づかれた。
なんじゃ。
主様が奉仕の肝を手に入れるまで部屋を出してはならぬ。そうじゃ。殺せ、殺せ。
化けおったぞ。
そうじゃないよ。これがこいつらの正体だったのよ。
そういう気なら容赦しねえぜ。
サンゴちゃん、行くよ。
よし。
お願い、式神。任しとけ。
よし。
しゃもらった。
うん。
幸せじゃ幸せじゃ。
I think this is it. No, not yet. Where's the English? There we go.
おい、すげえ数の妖怪だぜ。
宴会をしてるようじゃな。
もうすぐ女の肉が食えるぞ。
There we go. In the English version, this demon says, "We're going to be able to eat some female flesh soon." From the screenshot translation, the demon instead says, "Soon we'll be able to eat women's flesh." I also like how the name of the demon that's speaking got translated as weak monster, but the English version just calls them demon. And as a result, they pretty much only get one voice actor to voice every demon because they're just like, oh, its name is demon, so just voice all of them. Okay. Let's see.
若い女の肉じゃ。若い女の肉じゃ。
In the English version, another demon, although the English version has it be the same demon because same damn voice, chant out, "Young girl's flesh! Young girl's flesh!" While from the screenshot translation, a different demon chants, "It's the flesh of a young woman! It's the flesh of a young woman!" What does the text have? Same thing. Alright.
若い女ってまさか私たちのこと？
And from Kagome, in the English version, she says, "Young girls, are they talking about us?" From the screenshot results, she says, "Young woman, surely they mean us." But from the text, Kagome instead says, "Young girls, that be us?" Whereas for Mitru, the demons instead chant "young human flesh" because there's one human boy in the group. And that's the only gender different thing in this area, so may as well just rush through until we get out of here and to the next day off event.
まだ私たちに気づいていないみたいね。はい。やってみる。 やった
よし。
Oh, wrong one.
往生しやがれ。鬼神結晶。
来い。行くよ、飛来骨。よし。退治完了。
犬夜叉さん、先ほど
なんだと？
どうやら妖怪任せとなりそうな。
いいもの見つけちゃった。
退治してやる。
よし。往生しやがれ。鬼神結晶。
まあまあじゃな、犬夜叉。
来い。
Oh, no additional effect, so that's fine.
行くよ、飛来骨。よし。
はい。燃え盛る炎へ。光の刃となれ。やったよし。お願い、当たって。当たって。やった。まあこんなもんでしょ。いいもの見つけちゃった。
Now it changes to Miroku. Alright. Weird.
いいもの見つけちゃった。いいもの見つけちゃった。いいもの見つけちゃった。いいもの見つけちゃった。これってもしかしてお酒？あやかしの泉って書いてあるわ。
この酒は妖怪の大好物だって聞いたことがあるよ。
それじゃあこのお酒を使ってあの妖怪たちをおびき寄せることができるんじゃないかしら。そうだね。 ここなら大勢に囲まれることもないし、お酒を置くにはちょうどいいかも。そうだね。これをここに置いてっと。
酒の匂いじゃ。しかもあやかしの泉のようじゃ。
あっちからだ。
Again, definitely showing that, at least in the Japanese version, they know that they want to portray the difference, the demons differently, or yokai, I guess. But then in the English version, they just use the same person for every demon that speaks, that's just labeled as demon. So it makes it come off incredibly fucking weird.
うまくいったみたいだね。
来たよ。気をつけて。
And yeah, like, there were 3 different Japanese voices, so it definitely... So I do think that helps give a hint that of how many yokai are going to be up against each fight. Which, again, the English version drops the ball by having the same person voice every demon. Every generic demon in the game. But again, whoever... I mean, I know who was in charge of the voice direction of this game, and it's just incredibly weird because they've worked in other things before and since that were really good, so why and how they dropped the fucking ball with the localization of this game is beyond me.
飛来骨。よし。退治完了。さあ。
こっちから匂いがするぜ。こっちじゃ、こっちじゃ。
また来たぞ。一体何匹おるのじゃ。
交渉しやがれってもらった
来い。くたばりな飛来骨。よし。一丁上がり。
早く探せ。あやかしの泉はわしのものじゃ。
また来たよ。
Okay. God, there's just so much about the Japanese version of this game that makes it so much more endearing. There's still issues with it, of course. Issues that have just happened to carry over to the English version, like the audio balancing. But otherwise, yeah, the Japanese version of this game is a better overall experience. I don't think I... No, I don't. Okay. Why not? Then you can hold on to your energy.
秘めたる力を。行くわよ。今解き放て。行け。やったー。なかなかやるわね。かごめちゃんこそ。
いい匂いじゃ。どこじゃどこじゃ。
あと少しのはずだ。みんな気をつけて。
I don't know why I thought that last fight was the last one of this gauntlet. Oh well. Not worth it.
燃え盛るホムライ。光の刃となれ。やった。
I didn't think that would get the kill.
行くよ。開いこ。よし。
せあ。交渉しやがれって。もらった。
行くぞ。爆雷術。
いいぞ尻尾。まだまだ。
はい。お願い当たって。
I don't know why I keep going straight to the bottom when there's only one enemy. I know her aim shot is the middle of the 5.
悪い奴らになんか負けないんだから。
Kaname and Songo. Huh. I thought those two already learned their 2 co-op techs. Oh wait, no, hold on. Wait. Shit, I don't even fucking remember anymore. Unless that's Kaname and Songo learning a co-op tech. God damn it. Actually, hold on, I can actually fucking tell. No, that is Kagome. Yeah, I have no idea why I thought they already learned their 2 co-op techs already.
それじゃあ行ってみよう。
But with that, I think we're gonna go for one more quick break. And we're back. Now let's go get Miroku.
これで通れるわね。 奉仕様はきっとこの先だね。
I'm a little confused. I don't remember if Michiru did this too, but why did Kaname say the monk here? I'm just gonna check the English version because I don't think that's what happened. Yeah, no, in the English version, Kaname only says Miroku must be somewhere ahead. But from the translation, Kaname is saying the priest will surely be there. Will surely be there soon. I'm pretty sure that needs to be worked up, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the monk will surely be there too. Yeah. The text translation also says we'll surely be here soon, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be will be there too. So I don't know why Kaname, because again I don't remember if Michiru says Hoshi-sama instead of Miroku. I have no idea why she doesn't say Miroku's name here. That's weird.
急ごう。
本当に良い夜ですな。
あの声は弥勒様。
Yeah, because here Kaname says Miroku-sama. So what was with that Hoshi-sama earlier?
どうやらこの先にいるみたいだね。
お願いです。寂しい私を慰めてください。
私でよろしければ。
弥勒様。
ああ、奉仕様。
And again, I just want to point this out. In the English version, Miroku lets out a very audible groan of pain. Which makes Sango's reaction that much dumber. Whereas here, we're shown that he collapses, but he doesn't have a voice, so the others don't know what happened to him because they can't see into the room. Like, this is smart. The English version is fucking stupid.
あのスケベ奉仕が。
Because with Miroku being silent here in response to the woman, it's much more believable that Sango would be upset because she thinks that she does think that Miroku is embracing the woman as she was asking for. Again, only reason I'm not translating it is if you want my full game translation, you can go watch my VOD of the Kagome romance route, because that's where I did it. It's 27 videos, but yeah, it's there. But then in the English version, considering Miroku very audibly groans in pain as he's kneeling down, the others should have heard that and been like, hang on, something sounded weird. But with no audio from Miroku, it makes more sense.
術に落ちたか。
Now, of course, the woman's voice changes because she's actually a demon in disguise. The English version, of course, doesn't apply that filter, so yeah. But again, it still makes sense in the Japanese version that Sango doesn't notice because she's so angry at the idea of Miroku embracing this woman that they just met. Oh, hi, Blue Blue Jade. Welcome in. How are you doing? Like, it makes sense that that Sango would be so angry, thinking that Miroku is embracing this woman that they had just met, that she's not even paying attention to the woman's voice changing.
待って、サンゴちゃん。様子が変だよ。
And yet, Kaname is like, hold on, that sounded weird. Doing great. Just enjoying my first playthrough of Time Stranger. Nice! I hope you're enjoying the game. I haven't played it yet. I'm actually planning to wait for all of the DLC to be released first. But I also have a bunch of other stuff planned on top of this. But from what I've seen of it, it does look really good. And then yeah, like, it makes sense. Sango just rushes in. Her focus set on Miroku, thinking he is being a lecherous monk, and just starts yelling at him, not having no idea of the situation. And then the English version just kind of has her be incredibly stupid.
待って、サンゴちゃん。やっぱり弥勒様の様子が変。
And then, like, just story-wise, Kaname or even Michiru would say this as they're entering the room because they're trying to stop Sango from doing something stupid.
小娘、なぜここに？手下どもは何をしている？
手下の妖怪どもなら全員ぶっ倒してやったぜ。
How far are you in Time Stranger, by the way?
己無粋な真似を。奉仕を助けようとしても無駄さ。奉仕はボーガの術で眠っておるし、何しろここは結界で守られておるのだ。
そんな、奉仕様、目を覚まして、奉仕様。
そんなもん、鉄細工でぶち破ってやら。
ダメ、犬夜叉。結界を切ったら弥勒様が危ないわ。
笑わせるわ人間。まずはこの奉仕の肝を食らってくれるからそこで見ているがいい。わらわに力を与えておく。
そういうわけにはいきませんな。
何？お前、ボーガの術で眠っていたのではなかったのか？
残念ながら。
そんな。
結界が消えたよ。
結界さえなけりゃこっちのもんだ。みんな行くぜ。
Something I would like to point out though. Story-wise, I do think this fight would be the best fight for the first co-op attack, or the first joint attack with between Kururugi and someone else would take place. Most likely be with Miroku, because not long prior, Miroku did get those talismans from From Kakuju. Kakuju said that they'd help if they work together, so give them the idea of like, hey, let's try using those things Kakuju gave us. Current team is Citromon, Gremlin, Rainmon, Blue Pokemon, Blue. Nice.
Yes.
I am glad you're not telling me exactly where you are so I don't get spoiled. I appreciate that. Of course, the only one that's available is the one that's the freaking wind tunnel. And then you're probably gonna waste a turn to bring your minions back.
Shippo, よくやりましたね。うん。これではどうです？食らえ！
Okay, you didn't bring your guys back. Alright. Works for me.
InuYasha しねえぞ。わくれや。
Get out.
俺たちとやり合うなんて10年早えぜ。
That much damage on a crit, there was no way it was surviving.
Kekkai 結界を張れるとは厄介な妖怪でしたね。あなたたちが妖怪の気を引いてくれたおかげで、なんとか結界の源であるあの石を壊すことができましたが。
結界の源。それじゃあ弥勒様全部知ってて結界の中で？
私はてっきり。
感心しましたか？そうですか。惚れましたか。
ちょっと、このスケベ法師が。
ほんと懲りねえやつだな。
あれさえなければのう。
サンゴちゃんも苦労するわね。弥勒様ってなんだかよくわからない人だね。
それじゃあ一旦鼓の村に戻って体を休めてからお城に向かうことにしましょうよ。
そうだね。
Alright, one more day off.
どうで ですか、イヌヤシャ様。今日は一日休みということになさってはいかがでしょうか。
And now we start getting into character jealousies. Uh-oh, hold on.
そうだね。私も賛成するよ。
今日は誰と一緒に過ごしたい？
Miroku.
お付き合いいたしましょう。
仲がいいね。もう5回目だよ。
What? 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 One moment. Sorry about that. So I thought this was an issue from the English version. Because that was very clearly Sango's voice. But it's showing Miroku's portrait, and the dialogue is wrong. In the English version, the dialogue that shows up here, apparently from Miroku, says, "You get along great. It's the 5th time already." From the screenshot translation, it says, "You get along well. It's already the 5th time." While from the text translation, it says, "You two seem to get along well. This is already the 5th time." That was Sango's voice, though. And also, this is only the 4th day off we've spent with Miroku. So, I feel like this was a coding error very clearly on the Japanese side, so I don't know what Sango was saying. But this text from Miroku is supposed to be from the Sango route on the next day off event. I don't know why it's here. If it was just the English version, considering they've messed with dialogue stuff early in the game, I could definitely run with the assumption that the English version fucked up and somehow moved this dialogue. But considering it's an issue here in the Japanese version too, I said it before, I'll say it again. I wish this game was better polished. The Japanese version is still better than the English version. But it's a little ridiculous when stuff like this happens.
ほらブラブラと散歩でもしてくるとすっか。
いいの。オラも付き合うぞ。
じゃあ私は散歩に行こうかな。
私も付き合うよ。
それでは参りましょうか。
弥勒様、今日はどうするんですか？
Alright. So aside from that, we should be fine. That was still weird. The English version has another really weird issue later, but I can definitely chalk that up to the English version being weird. So, in the English version, Kaname asks, "What are you going to do today, Miroku?" From the screenshot translation, Kaname is saying, "Miroku-sama, what are you doing today? And from the text, if I can grab it. Yeah, Kaname asks, Miroku-sama, what are you doing today? Alright.
はい。また村のどなたかにお困りのことがあっては大変ですから見に行こうかと。
In the English version, Miroku responds with, well, perhaps the village people need help again. I think I'll go check on them. So again, this one is pretty much specifically building off the two prior, which then makes it make sense that all three of these take place in the same location, which, considering the only village that you spend three sequential or three subsequent nights in a row at is Suzumi Village, it just makes sense. Let's see. From the screenshot translation, Miroku says, yes, it would be a shame if someone in the village were to have any trouble again. So I'm going to go see it. Let's have a look-see. Okay. From the text, Miroku says, yes, it would be a shame if someone in the village were to get into trouble again. So I thought I'd go and check it out. I do think I should change that yes to a well. But otherwise, seems a little better with the I thought I'd go and check it out rather than the so I'm going to go see it.
どうです？ご一緒に。
Let's see. In the English version, Roku asks, would you like to go with me? From the screenshot translation, Miroku asks, how about joining us? Again, I feel like that should be, how about joining me? Unless, again, he's using the royal us. Since I can add it to the end of the other text. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that looks a lot better. So just changing that first yes to a well. His translated dialogue from both halves comes out as, well, it would be terrible if someone in the village were in trouble again. So I thought I'd go and check it out. How about joining me? That makes sense.
この前はとんでもないことに付き合っちゃったからな。
And then for Kaname's inner thoughts, in the English version, she says, or her thoughts are, last time he really did something terrible. So I wouldn't say he did something terrible. Like, he didn't do anything bad. He was sketchy, sure, but he didn't do anything bad. He just he just tricked an old man into essentially getting free food and money. Okay, the screenshot translation does turn out something better. That doesn't make it seem like Miroku did something so bad. From the screenshot translation, Kaname's inner thoughts are, I ended up going through something crazy the other day. Yeah, because of Miroku shenanigans. Whoops. Wrong text. Let's try that again. Text translation for Kaname's inner thoughts. I ended up going through something crazy the other day. So, same as the screenshot translation, but yeah, that's fine. Again, it doesn't make Miroku look as bad. Because he didn't do anything that bad.
行かないのであれば、私一人で行きますよ。
In the English version, come on, if I stop skipping. In the English version, Miroku says, if you're not coming, I'll go on my own. From the screenshot translation, Miroku says, if you don't go, I'll go alone. Let's see. From the text, the text comes out the same. I mean, I don't mind the translation results. Because it could be taken as if you don't go with me. And you could also reword it as if you don't come with me. I'll go alone. Otherwise, the English version isn't too bad. Like, you could probably even mix it with, like, if you're not coming, I'll go alone. And that'll be fine.
弥勒様が変なことをしないようにご一緒します。
That tone definitely made her out to be suspicious. She's like, kind of like, I'll go with you to make sure you don't do something weird. In the English version, she says, I'll go with you to make sure you don't do anything weird again. The tone is different, though, so it doesn't... So, Caroline Day, unfortunately, doesn't get across that Kaname is a little suspicious of Miroku. The screenshot translation's not too good. According to it, Kaname is saying, Miroku-sama will be with you to make sure you don't do anything strange. I think, like, considering it does say Miroku-sama at the start, I do think it would be better as, I'll go with you to make sure you don't do anything strange. Though, again, strange can be reworded as weird. With the text... The text is iffy! Because it has Kaname saying, Miroku-sama will join you in doing something strange. So yeah, pretty much just the English version, like the text of the English version is fine, it's just that the delivery in it was kind of bad. So, the translation for Kaname should be, I'll go with you to make sure you don't do anything weird. Or strange, whichever you're more comfortable with.
お前、ちょっと手のひらを上に向けてごらんなさい。
Okay, that's a lot of text. And the English version seems to be lacking text. So I'm curious what the translation comes out as, for the sake of comparison. Because that doesn't seem right. let's get this loaded up. In the English version, Miroku says, "Show me your palms." Okay. The translation is more clear. From the screenshot translation, Miroku says, "Hey, hold your palm up for a second." Okay. See what the text comes up to. The text translation has Miroku say, "Hey, turn your palm up." I do prefer the screenshot translation. By comparison, I think I'd instead have it be, "Hey, hold your palm out for a second." Then again, he's doing a palm reading, so have the palm up makes sense.
はい。今日はどんな悪巧みですか?
In the English version, Kaname asks, What kind of scandalous thing are you planning on doing today?" From the screenshot translation, she's asking, "Yes? What kind of shenanigans are you up to today?" I love that it translated shenanigans. I love that it used shenanigans for the translation. The text translation doesn't, though. That's unfortunate. From the text translation, Kaname is asking, "Yes? What kind of evil schemes are you up to today?" I don't care. I'm running with shenanigans. Because shenanigans makes it more fun.
何ですか、人聞きの悪い。手相を見てあげようと言っているんです。
Actually, hold on. Yeah, no, I think I'd replace the yes with a yeah. Like she's with a suspicious yeah. What kind of shenanigans are you up to today? Oh, right. Miroku. I still think the English version having "what scandalous thing are you up to" is pretty funny, but again, the use of shenanigans. In the English version, Miroku's response is, "Oh, whoops, missed that timing." In the English version, Miroku asks, "How can you call me scandalous? I was just going to read your palm." From the screenshot translation, it doesn't address, it doesn't directly address whatever word it was that translated to shenanigans or evil schemes from the translator, but it still works as a response. From the screenshot translation, Miroku's response is, "What's the matter? That's rude of you. I'm just offering to read your palm." Let's see, from the text translation. The text translation. The text translation is a little weird. It starts the same with "What's the matter? That's rude of you." But then says, "I'm just walking around to read your palm." So I do think the screenshot translation result is better, but I do think instead of the "What's the matter? That's rude of you," or as it's actually being translated, "That's rude of me," I do think I don't think that's what it should be, especially considering there's a comma. But considering there is the use of warui, which means bad, I think the better translation would be, "What's wrong? It's nothing bad." Or, "What's wrong? I'm not up to anything bad." And then use the screenshot result of, "I'm just offering to read your palm."
へえ、弥勒様、手相なんてわかるんですか？
And then in the English version, Kaname asks, "Oh, Miroku, you can read palms?" From the screenshot translation, Kaname asks, "Oh, Miroku-sama, can you read palms?" I feel like the text translation result is going to be the same, and considering it's no different from the English version, I'd say it's probably fine, but I'm just going to double check for the hell of it. It is slightly different. Oh, one moment. From the text translation result, instead of it being, "Oh, Miroku-sama, you can read palms?" It's, "Wow, Miroku-sama, can you read palms?" Yeah.
もちろんです。占いも修行のうちですからね。
Let's see. In the English version, as long as I don't skip it, Miroku's response is, "Of course, fortune telling is one of a monk's practices." From the screenshot translation, Miroku says, "Of course, fortune telling is also part of the training." I'd almost say it's part of my training, but... Oh, hey, look at that. The text translation result has Miroku say, "Of course, fortune telling is also part of my training." Like, I would be fine with it still being part of the training, because then you could say that Miroku's generalizing that it's just a part of a monk's training. But by saying that it's been a part of his training, like, then it leads to, like, yeah, he is trained for it.
そうですか。じゃあ、はい、弥勒様。
Let's see. In the English version, Kaname then says, "Really? Okay, here." From the screenshot translation, Kaname instead says, "Is that so? Well then, yes, Miroku. Yes, Miroku-sama. From the text translation, Kaname says, "Is that so?" Then, yes, Miroku-sama. I feel like in that case, I'd change the yes to a sure. Because that just kind of makes a bit more sense to me.
手相を見るときってこんなに強く手を握るの？でも弥勒様の手って力強くて。
Let's see. In the English version, Kaname's inner thoughts start with, "Huh? He's holding my hand so tightly. Is that usual? But his hands are so strong." From the screenshot translation, Kaname's inner thoughts are, "What? Do you really have to hold someone's hand that tightly when reading their palm? But Miroku's hands are so strong." I mean, it should be Miroku-sama's hands because it does have the honorific in the text there. Let's see. From the text translation result, though, it actually does start... It actually is slightly better. With... Huh? Do you really have to hold someone's hand this tightly when reading their palm? But Miroku's hands are so strong.
手相を見てもらってるだけじゃない。余計なこと考えすぎだよね。それに、あれ？
Wow, a rare three-parter for Kaname's inner thoughts. Then again, we did have a section of 4 parts of dialogue. From Kaname dressing the blood in on the wall. One moment. In the English version, Kaname's thoughts continue with, "I feel like he's not just reading my future, but maybe I'm thinking too much. And, huh? Oh! Well, this is interesting. From the screenshot translation, Kaname's thoughts continue with, "But it's not just about having your palm read. There are other things I'm overthinking. And, huh? Whoa! Uh-oh. There we go. Let's see. Okay, that's interesting. With those two parts together, Kaname's inner thoughts are currently now set to, "Huh? Do you really have to hold my hand that tight when reading my palm? But Miroku's hands are so strong. I'm not just getting my palm read. I'm going overboard. I'm overthinking it, aren't I? And, huh?"
弥勒様、誰と話してるの？いつの間にかたくさんの女の人の声が。
In the English version, Kaname's thoughts continue with, "Miroku, who are you talking to? I can hear a bunch of girls' voices all of a sudden. From the screenshot translation, Kaname's thoughts conclude with, Miroku-sama, who are you talking to? Before you know it, many women's voices. Let's see what happens when I add that. Get that out of the way. Okay, that's a little interesting. So, with all three pieces in the text, the translation for Kaname's inner thoughts are, huh? Do you really have to hold my hand that tight when reading my palm? But Miroku's hands are so strong. I'm not just getting my palm read. I'm overthinking it. I'm overthinking it, aren't I? Huh? Miroku, who are you talking to? Before I knew it, I could hear the voices of many women.
とまあ、このように生命線が長いと。
The funny thing too is in Michiru's version of this, it is entirely a ploy by Miroku. He also asked Michiru to hold out his palm to do a palm reading, and Michiru's just like, okay, sure, I've never had that before. Miroku doesn't do a damn thing! And immediately goes for the women. With Kaname, he at least starts with reading her hand, with reading her palm, and then it's just like, oh, I'm attracting a bunch of women. I'm gonna go to them. In the English version, Miroku says, if you have a long lifeline, that means... From the screenshot translation, Miroku says, well, if the lifeline is long like this... let's see... From the text translation result, Miroku instead says, well, with a lifeline this long... Okay, Kaname is actually yelling at Miroku. Okay. That actually did not get across very well in the English version. Like, she sees him surrounded by women reading their palms instead, and she, like, Kaname is definitely getting upset. In the English version, instead, Kaname is just kind of like, what are you doing, Miroku? Like, she's just standing there watching, just kind of surprised. But from the Japanese version, like, the tone of her voice and how quickly she spoke, like, yeah, no, she's upset. She is upset. From the screenshot translation, currently, Kaname is saying, Miroku-sama, what are you doing? Let's just grab the text. Yeah, the text translation so far is the same result, but there is another half, so let's see. Yeah, no, Kaname is very much annoyed right now, which they did not get across in the English version. In the English version, Kaname continues with, don't try to pick up girls by reading my palm. From the screenshot translation, Kaname continues with, don't use people's palms as a pretext to pick up girls. Yeah. Yeah. From the text translation result, it instead comes out as, Miroku-sama, what are you doing? Don't use other people's hands as an excuse to pick up girls. For the first half, I do think... I think I'd touch it up a little bit and have it come out as, what? Miroku-sama? What do you think you're doing? Don't use other people's hands as an excuse to pick up girls. Although, the screenshot translation's use of pretext, I think is an interesting option instead of excuse. I don't know, just an interesting thing for me.
おめえらもう十分休んだだろ。城下町に向けて出発すんぞ。
But I think that is a good spot to call it. And honestly, just considering what comes up next, that is a perfect stopping point. We dealt with Miroku's shenanigans. And, well, next we finally make our way to the castle town. So until then, this has been the Asher Guardian. See ya.